What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How you live? What's going on? Welcome back to Classics, the cinematic movie podcast that takes you back to the iconic films of 20 years ago. I am your guy, Jay Alonzo. It's Oscar season. Oscar time is upon us. So to celebrate Oscar Talk, our second annual Oscar Talk here on the show, I have a very special guest, a dear friend of mine, all the way from Los Angeles, California, actress, filmmaker, make some noise, new addition to the Back to Classics crew. Should be back on more shows, hopefully. Please welcome Miss Laura Owen. Laura, what's going on?
Hey, it's good to be here. I am just chilling on a rooftop in Santa Monica, just ready to talk about some Oscars.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. I'm super jealous right now. I'm out on that rooftop because it's something about that. It's something about that California breeze and sunshine that just I miss it so much.
It is so pretty out here. I got a view of the mountains. I can feel the ocean. I mean, it's nice. I'm not mad.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. Okay, I'll be back home soon. Trust me.
I'll Snapchat you.
Okay, so before we get into our Oscar talk, I got to know more about you. I want my CineFolks to know more about you. So you are a filmmaker as well as an actress. I was going through your resume here. You have a hell of a resume.
Oh, thank you.
Like a fantastic resume.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a fun ride. I've been out here, a number of years and started, as everybody does, with just little things. But I wound up getting really lucky on a TV show, Rizzoli and Isles, and then kept having me back. And that was a really great experience. And that actually parlayed me into making some film. While I was on that show, I connected with some different directors and other filmmakers, and I wound up walking away producing a half-hour pilot from there, and all kinds of stuff. It was just an amazing LA experience and opportunity.
So tell me, I was going through your resume here, and I came across a short film that you did that you wrote, produced, directed, and starred in called
Yes.
I believe it's called Winged Feet Do Fly. Explain that to me. How did that work out?
Okay, yes, that actually was my signature piece. It still is, really. It's about a girl who realizes her mother's passed away and she's estranged from her father, and she just really going nowhere in life, and she realizes that sometimes you have to go backwards in order to get free to go forwards in life. And so Winged Feet, it comes from something that she and her mother used to say, like, you could just fly, anything you want to do, you can fly and make it happen.
Nice.
So that's a heartfelt piece that I had. It's totally fictional, but just came out of like a real place of truth. And that actually is what led me to produce more projects. People saw that it played some film festivals, kind of went around, and that really afforded me some other opportunities, which was awesome.
Awesome. So as of now, where can they find Winged Feet?
Winged Feet, actually, it still is playing around at festivals, so even though it's been out for a bit, so I've only got trailer stuff. I mean, you can check it, you can see what I've got up on my website, lauraowen.org, but as of now, it's still not available to the public.
Oh, okay. So
probably later this year I'll be getting it out.
Nice. So what you want to do is, whenever you're ready to do your full feature-length film, I will be honored to be a part of that cast, because you are definitely the triple threat. I want to ask you,
I love it.
With the, today's filmmaker being the actor, the producer, the director, the writer, how do you juggle so many hats in one project at one time?
I will tell you, it is quite a feat, and it's not for the faint of heart. You really have to have a really strong vision. You have to be able to compartmentalize like a boss. And I think
a boss.
But the number one key is surrounding yourself with people that are far better than you are, so that you trust them so much explicitly that you don't have to be over their shoulder at all. You can give them the reins. Like, for instance, when I was directing that film, I had an amazing DP, director of photography, working with me. I mean, he did Twin Peaks. He did like a ton of stuff. And so I didn't have to watch the playback takes. I just, he knew my vision completely. We fully agreed. And when he felt like we got the take, we moved on. And composition wise and everything. And so it helped expedite the process. But I could never have done it without somebody as amazing as Ron Garcia to be by my side. And I had key people like that, key players all around me that allowed me to wear these multiple hats. If not, I would have just lost my shit. Excuse my language.
Oh no, this is internet radio. You can cuss as much as you want to. Yeah, fuck it.
Woo-hoo. All right, damn it. Wait, that's not even a bad word.
No,
I'm from Texas.
But it's all good though. but so here we are. We're now in Oscar season. I asked my guest this last week. I'm sorry, I asked my co-host this last week. What we now know are the nominees. Nominees come out today. So listeners, today is Tuesday. So by the time you actually hear the show, it'll be on Thursday. So that gives you guys time to put together your list for your Oscar pools, and let's try to make some money out here, and let's see what's going on. I feel like the Oscar list this year was very, very different than what we were initially anticipating. But I wanted to ask you, in 2017, what was the standout movie to you? What movie, for you really, brought it out as far as like, a damn near perfect movie?
And you're talking about out of the nominees for
anything
this year?
Anything.
Golly. That's a really hard question for me. I actually have to say one of the last films I saw, which was The Darkest Hour. I was totally overcome with that performance in that film.
Right.
And I just feel like that's my standout.
Nice, because for me, I did my top 10 best movies of 2017, and for me, my number one was Get Out.
Okay.
Get Out was a movie for me that just opened your eyes, and it was for a first-time director like Jordan Peele, and I'm sure we'll get into this when we get to the nominations, but a first-time director like Jordan Peele putting together a project that really does, first of all, for it being original content, it's a project that, it makes you wonder, it makes you curious about a lot of things, it makes you curious about a lot of people, and overall, it was just damn entertaining. So,
it was, and it was just so strong. The story was strong. The premise was strong. I mean, like you said, for a first timer like that, I was pretty blown away.
Oh yeah, totally.
And it's also like it was just with that thriller vibe to it, kind of played from a different angle, which I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, 100%. So now, what are you most looking forward to in 2018?
Like film to come out?
Yes.
What I have to say, I'm ready for Ready Player One.
Yes. Nobody is with me on this. I cannot wait to see that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, I read that book and I couldn't put it down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was so dang good. So I am ready for Ready Player One.
Nice. So before we get on to the nominations, what can we look forward to from Laura Owen in the coming future?
Man, right now I've actually been settling down. I've been working with a production company at Indian Paintbrush. Mm-hmm. They do Wes Anderson films, among some others, and they've got Isle of Dogs coming out, which is Wes's newest project that comes out at the Berlin Film Festival. It's premiering next month. So I'm new with the company. I just started this month and seeing where it takes me. It's been a good month so far. That's
great. Now remember what I said. Now when you want to go feature film, Jay Alonzo is your man.
I gotta file away.
All right. Mind you, me and Laura met through a mutual friend. Shout out to my girl, Djibouti, aka Bella, depending on how you know her. But she was on the show last year. We covered what did we do? I believe we did what show did we do? I can't think of which one we did, but we did Fifth Element. There we go. We did Fifth Element.
Oh, that's a great film.
Yeah, and that's somebody who can really, break down and really tell you what about the movie that she just loves. Apparently it's one of her favorite movies, so it was great to have her on. So I got to get that girl back soon. So without further ado, let's get into our main topic at hand, which are the Oscar nominations, which dropped today around 6 o'clock this morning. Tiffany Haddish and Andy Serkis were the ones to announce the nominations this year. Now, I thought it was kind of weird because during the actual nomination broadcast, instead of them just simply putting up the nominees, they decided to have this precursor as far as like various famous actresses, mainly actresses, acting out basically what the actual nomination is going to be. So you had Michelle Rodriguez doing like a small shooting for I want to say it was best makeup. No, I'm sorry, that was Rosario Dawson. But I thought the presentation of the nominations, it took a little minute to get used to, but overall I thought it was quite clever.
You know what? I did not even see that. Now I need to go YouTube that right now. That sounds fantastic.
Absolutely. So let's get into this thing. So you guys, you can mark down what I have. You can mark down what Laura has. And come March 9th, when the 90th annual Oscars do broadcast, we can see who's taking home that pot. We're not making no bets here, so we're all broke, so it's all good. So I'll ask you first, Laura. So we're gonna do animated feature film. You have The Boss Baby, you have The Breadwinner, you have Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent.
Well, now, Jay, I am not a animated person.
No way. You're not a Nickelodeon baby?
I mean, the problem is now I'm working at a company where we do have an animated film coming out. So I guess I better change my tune here. But So I just have to guess. I would say Boss Baby just because I remember seeing the ads for it, but nobody write that down because I don't know anything.
Got you. If it was me, I'm gonna go ahead and say Coco. Coco was in my top 10. I want to say it was like number 6 or number 7, but Coco was a movie that just touched me dearly. Pixar always goes for the winners. They always go for those juggernauts. What they know will cross over for the comedy, for the music, for the emotion. And Coco, for it being the story of of Latin culture, the movie converted over so well to all cultures. It was a slam dunk from jump. So I think Coco has that in the bag. Now Ferdinand, I've never even seen, and so I didn't too much care. But I'm like you. I mean, I watch the feature animated feature films when it makes sense to me. Like, I'm still a Disney Pixar nut, so I'm looking forward to Incredibles 2. I'm looking forward to several other things. But when it just relates to me and all that, I'm still down for a cool animated feature film.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we have actress in a supporting role. We have Mary J. Blige in Mudbound, Allison Janney for I, Tonya, Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water. Now, I want to say, for me, Mary J. Blige in Mudbound, she turned in a terrific performance. It was definitely of the struggling mother in that time period as well. So she turned in a great performance. But if I'm going to call a winner for this, I got to give it to Allison Janney for I, Tonya, because her performance in that movie was haunting. I mean, full blown scary mother. It could be, if it was about Tonya Harding, it would be a horror flick. Her performance as Tanya's mom was just downright despicable, but yet she was charming at the same time. But yeah, that would be my pick. What about you?
Well, looking over all the nominations, Octavia Spencer, I love her, but I just felt like she was, an additional character in The Shape of Water. I didn't feel like it was a huge thing. I got to go with Allison Janney as well. She just completely blew me away. It was such a nuanced performance in every way. It was so human and so like gross, and yet you sympathize with her at the same time. I mean, it was so well done. That's like an acting class right there, just watching her. Absolutely,
and for somebody who, when she's not playing a certain type of character, for what I've heard, she's an extremely sweet woman. very approachable, very funny.
She is. I've met her. She's one of my favorites because she's also very tall. She's actually taller than I am, and I'm 5'11". So she's like,
I remember.
yes. So yeah, she's like 6'1", and so I respect that right away, even though she has nothing to do with that. But I have met her, and she was a lovely woman. So, I couldn't be happier for a really good person to be out there getting these great roles and then just doing them such justice. Oh my God.
Yeah. To take somebody who has a very sweet and warm personality in real life, and to suspend all of that and to embody such a cold-hearted, jealous, rage-filled mother at that, for this movie. I just thought it was a tour de force performance, and I don't even use that phrase often, tour de force. So,
No, I will be shocked if she doesn't get it. I will literally be jaw drop shocked if she doesn't get it.
Well, I like Laurie Metcalf as well, beside the fact that, I was a Roseanne fan, but I think Laurie Metcalf and Lady Bird, her performance, it's basically mother against mother, but Laurie Metcalf's performance in Lady Bird was so different than what Allison Janney gave in I, Tonya. So I wouldn't be mad if Laurie take it. I would love Mary J to take it. I like you. I do love Octavia as well. I also like you. The Shape of Water did make me fall asleep, but
I fell asleep in it too.
And I typically love Guillermo stuff, so I would say for me, my pick will be Allison Janney. My runner-up, I would prefer to be Mary J. Blige.
Okay, I like that.
So we got Best Actor in a Supporting Role. We have Willem Dafoe in The Florida Project, Woody Harrelson in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Richard Jenkins for The Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World, and Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. What are you taking?
I'm going to just say Sam Rockwell all the damn way.
Wow, really?
He knocked me out.
Yes.
It just knocked me out.
The movie it wasn't on my radar, but a friend of mine had told me about it. And so I'd always heard about it, in the independent circuit. So when I had a chance to actually watch it, I was blown away. First of all, Sam Rockwell, who I've been a fan of since Galaxy Quest and before then, and he is an actor who can embody so many different things. So the fact that this particular character that he plays has such an arc to him.
Oh my God!
You first of all, you hate him as soon as he even touches the screen, but toward the end, you ride with him, and you really do begin to see his comeuppance, which is something I definitely respected. Now, Woody Harrelson in the same movie.
I mean, he was good, but compared with Sam, you can't. I mean, Woody was compelling, had a nice part, but I don't know. He didn't grab me anywhere near that Sam did.
So let's talk about Christopher Plummer. So this is a really odd category to really speak about, only because the details of what the film crew really got for All the Money in the World, they had to take out Mr. Touch Booty, Kevin Spacey. And so they had to replace him. So Christopher Plummer shot his scenes in about 10 days. So, at first glance, I thought that his screen time would be minimal. Turns out he's in about 80% of the damn movie.
That's incredible, isn't it?
So I say for achievement purposes, that was fantastic. Now, the movie itself, though, I personally believe was pretty basic and boring. Now, Plummer's performance in it was fantastic, but it's really because of the editing job that really Scott and his crew was able to put together, made it so seamless that Plummer was supposed to be in a movie from jump, and it was not about Kevin Spacey at all. So, which that I definitely give him credit for. But if I'm going to pick a winner out of this one, I'm going to go ahead and say it's Sam Rockwell. He won the SAG. He won the Golden Globe. He's on fire right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say Sam Rockwell. A runner-up I would like to see would be Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project.
Okay. You know what? I got to admit, I didn't see The Florida Project. I did like Richard Jenkins in The Shape of Water, but again, I did fall asleep in that movie, so there's some of him I missed.
He had this weird toupee going on. I just thought was a bit off for me, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have Best Actress in a Leading Role. Now we get into the big stuff here. Well, they're all big stuff, but of course the ladies, with this being the Me Too movement, this is the year where women are really shining. So the Best Actress in a Leading Role, we have Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water. We have Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. We have Margot Robbie for I, Tonya. We have I'm gonna butcher her name. Is it Saoirse Ronan?
It's like Sorsen or something. I don't know.
Miss Ronan for Lady Bird.
Yeah, Miss Ronan.
And then you have, of course, the Queen Meryl Streep for The Post. Now, I didn't see the post. I have not seen the post yet. I keep hearing great things about it. I did, however, see Lady Bird, I, Tonya, Three Billboards, and Shape of Water. Now, this is going to be one of the most tougher categories because out of Three Billboards, I, Tonya, and Lady Bird, I loved all three films. However, when it comes to the competition in this category, it's so hard to see who's going to call between Frances McDormand and Margot Robbie.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yes, Margot Robbie embodies that performance. First of all, the movie itself plays out like a black comedy. It's not really. It's a drama, and it has its dramatic elements to it. But it's such a bizarre story. It plays out like a black comedy. So you have Margot, who portrays Tonya in a humorous but very, very real way, to the point to where I know it made Tonya herself, tear up. So this was hard to call. I would like to see Frances McDormand take it because her performance in Three Billboards was fantastic. Fantastic. And she's the veteran actress versus Margot, who's, still the rookie in a sense. But if I were to call it, I would love to see Margot take it for I, Tonya. What about you?
You and I are on the same page today. I agree that Frances McDormand's performance was outstanding. She's really interesting to watch, just like all her nuances, just really interesting to watch her. But I gotta say, Margot, she blew me away, and I'm proud of her. She's come from this world of being hot, and so she can do certain things, and she started playing a little crazy in her last film, but I love how she just dove for this role. I mean, just no not self-awareness, but like she just went all the way for it, and I just respect the hell out of it.
Yeah, she didn't hold back. She definitely did not hold back. So you're gonna call Margot for that one?
I'm gonna call Margot.
Nice. So here we are with the actor in the leading role. We have Timothée Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour, and Denzel for Roman J. Israel Esquire. Who are you taking?
This is a really, really tough one. Like beyond. Okay, so Timothée Chalamet. I saw the film. I don't think he's a winner. I liked him, but I don't think he can compete with these others. I got to be honest. I did not see Denzel yet, and I have not seen Phantom Thread. So I got to be honest about that. Daniel Day-Lewis is one of my favorite performers, so I can't wait to see it. I'm sure he's going to blow me away. But I think this is going to between Daniel and Gary. I think it's between the two of them. Gary Oldman's transformation in Darkest Hour was just exquisite.
Absolutely.
And so to me, I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like he has I think he's going to take it home. Daniel, though, man, his performance was pretty great in Get Out. So I don't know. What do you say?
Okay, so for me, it's one of those situations where it's like, you look at the vets who are in this category. Do you look at the new guys? And so, with Denzel and Roman J. Israel, I enjoyed the movie. I more so enjoyed his performance in the movie. If it didn't have Denzel, it'd be pretty basic of a story. But it was the way he brought on that character and that character's elements is something that I really, really respected. When it comes to Daniel Day-Lewis, I have not seen Phantom Thread, but I also know that, Daniel Day-Lewis is one of those actors who will literally eat, sleep, breathe that character. I can only imagine what it was like walking around as Abraham Lincoln for like 4 or 5 months straight,
Well, on Abraham Lincoln, he was referred to as Mr. President when he was just, backstage and everything. I mean, when he was just, for this film, Phantom Thread, he officially retired from acting after this because he went into such a deep depression from this filming. So, he just transforms beyond anyone's, requirements in every single way. And I'm sure he'll blow us all away whenever you and I finally get to see the film.
Which is mind blowing because I even when I was acting, and for me, when the director says cut, I'm out of character for sure. But this guy is 100% that character until they've said that's it, we're done, and you have to respect that. Now, when it comes to Gary Oldman is one of those actors who it makes you wonder. He hasn't won an Oscar yet, and he's turned in so many tremendous performances. Commissioner Gordon as in The Dark Knight, or even the cop in The Professional. He turns in the most jaw dropping, just awe-inspiring performances. So now that he's up for the Oscar as Winston Churchill, you want to see him finally get one. But then again, we're not too far off from him getting a Lifetime Achievement Award or the honorary Oscar for his body of work.
Right.
But now when it comes to Daniel Kaluuya, he is the one who carries Get Out.
God, absolutely.
He carries the movie, and the way he conveys the facial expressions, the way, like when he's in the sunken place and he's getting hypnotized, and you watch his face tells the entire story, and it is haunting.
You feel it. You feel it reach out of the screen and touch you. It's
haunting. It is haunting. So I would say for me, I feel like the cards are definitely on Gary Oldman's side. I would say the award is Gary's to win. However, I would like to see Daniel Kaluuya take that. Now, I also thought it was kind of interesting that James Franco didn't make the cut, because the vote was already out before his whole allegations went down. And personally, separating the art from the artist, his performance as oh my God, I just got my man's name from The Room. Tommy Wiseau was everything I wanted it to be. I had my doubts, and he took all those doubts and threw them out the window. But as soon as these allegations came about, they just struck fast and got him out of there. That's why I kind of believe that Daniel Kaluuya made the cut, because of what happened with James Franco.
Well, I think Daniel Kaluuya carried himself to get this. I really do, because the thing is, because James Franco could have knocked out Timothy Chalamet. I think. True,
very true. I can't go against that at all. and even with Timothy Chalamet, I thought the movie was fantastic. But in this day and age, we get these kind of movies pretty much once or twice a year. I need somebody to convey something to me. Like, once again, Daniel Kaluuya and Get Out, just his facial expressions with what he had to go through haunted me as the movie, as the audience. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. And same with Gary Oldman. He was so convincing, and he moved me so much in that piece. I mean, I cried during it, and I was just, in speaking in famous speeches in a way that was his own, but just so Churchill. It was incredible.
So who are you taking with that one?
So I will say Gary Oldman.
Nice.
I want him to get it. Yeah.
Nice. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left, so we're almost done here. So we're at directing. Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan. Jordan Peele for Get Out. Greta Gerwig, Lady Bird. Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro for Shape of Water. I'm going to go ahead and say I want this to be Jordan Peele's so bad. It has to be, because this is your first movie out. Now, also with Greta Gerwig, this is her first time behind the camera and delivered a fantastic film. Jordan Peele, a movie that came out, I want to say in March, like early March, is still being talked about to this day, damn near a year old at this point, and it's now being considered for Oscar Gold. That's an achievement that directors kill to get. And then the product he turned in is just, like, I own Get Out now. I made sure I had to go out and get it when it came out, when it was available to buy. And I love the movie, and the direction, the way he took it, the editing, the story he told. Jordan Peele all the way.
He definitely has. It's not a simply edited film and directed film. It's definitely has his point of view, and I really do appreciate that. And I do think he is a really strong contender for that. Greta Gerwig, I'm really proud of her for being in this category. She's an indie queen, and the fact that now she's a director and up for an Oscar for that, and the only female in the category, that's fantastic. That is so cool. So I'm happy for her. I don't know if she's going to get it, but I'm proud. I'm very proud of her, and can't wait to see what she has coming next. And then I just want to say about Guillermo del Toro. Now, yes, I did fall asleep in the movie, but there were circumstantial things going on there too. I was just tired anyway.
It was a long day. It was a long day.
Yeah, it was honestly a long day. I might have had a couple glasses of wine. It just is what it is. But before I fell asleep, I remember noting this, like specifically out loud, that the camera movement was so beautiful. He never has a still shot. The camera is constantly in motion in every single scene, constant motion, and it's very beautifully executed. And then if you just freeze frame any single shot throughout the whole film, it looks like a picture, a painting.
Oh, and, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, all his films are like that, but it's just the vision there alone. I just respect so much, and I enjoy, even though I did sleep in this one, but I do enjoy it.
So who's taking it to you?
I think I'm going to go Get Out.
See, we're on the see. That's why I had you on today. We're in the same boat. We're in the same boat.
We really are. Dang.
All right, so here we are. The final, the big cheese, as people would say. Best Picture. We have Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, Shape of Water, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. So just to make it quick and simple, I would love Get Out to take it. However, I would be absolutely not upset at all if 3 billboards were to take it as well. Darkest Hour is a fantastic film, but once again, it's one of those movies to where I feel like it was Gary Oldman that kept me there, not so much the story that was being told. Dunkirk. Chris Nolan is one of my favorite directors, and so for me, in Dunkirk, I did enjoy, but I, like Shape of Water, got bored after a while. So I haven't seen Phantom Thread, I haven't seen The Post, and Lady Bird was fantastic, and Call Me by Your Name was fantastic as well. But from sheer, excitement, from sheer fulfillment, it has to go to Get Out. If not Get Out, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
All right, you and I are halfway on this. I'm going to say Get Out, but then I'm also going to say Darkest Hour. I for 3 billboards, I really enjoyed it, but I did feel like there were contrived bits of it that I just it kind of lost me here and there. I mean, I'm not like I didn't understand the plot, but I mean, it just kind of took me out of it, and then I would get back into it, and I don't know, maybe that's just me. I did think it was an excellent film, but The Darkest Hour had, there were some amazing pieces in that film that just visually showed how dark the hour was and how alone Winston Churchill was. And I found it extremely moving. So I would go with Get Out probably is gonna be the winner for me, but then Darkest Hour is my runner-up.
Nice. So you heard it here first. I'm picking Get Out. Laura's picking The Darkest Hour. So what is your choice? Go ahead and get your Oscar pool together. I never thought people really do have Oscar parties, and I thought I was just very interesting. But Laura, I'd like to thank you so very much for being on the show. You're awesome, And
Thank you so much for having me. I have had a blast chit-chatting movies with you. This has been great.
You got to come back very, very soon, all right? So let the good people know where they can find you, Laura.
Say what?
Let the people know where they can find you. Plug yourself.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. All right, everybody. Well, you can always check me out on my website, lauraowen.org. But on social media, I'm Real Laura Owen. So Snapchat, Instagram. You can find me out there, Real Laura Owen, and that is it. Nice.
You can find me on all the social medias, simply at I am Jay Alonzo. The Back to Classics Facebook page is up and popping. Of course, you can find this show and all the other Beat shows on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and of course beatnetworkonline.com. And shout out to the whole iHeartRadio team. Once again, a very, very big thank you to Miss Laura Owen for riding with me today, going through this Oscar talk. And we will see you guys next week. This has been Back to the Classics on iHeartRadio. Peace out.